Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video we're going to be dyeing my hair, and I am so excited about this. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I think it's going to be so cool. So as you guys know, I just recently bleached and toned my roots, and I have this really nice like silvery white canvas. I decided I'm going to do split dye today. I'm going to do this half of fire ombre. So I'm going to do red, orange, and yellow. And then this half I'm just going to leave as is because it's like a nice silvery color. So I'm just going to put conditioner all over this half of my hair. And then we're going to do a fire ombre on this half. I'm very excited, but I'm also extremely nervous about this because red, orange, and yellow bleed everywhere. And I'm trying to keep this half white and silver. So I'm very nervous about rinsing this out. If any of the red and orange bleed on this side, it's going to be a hot mess and it's going to ruin everything. So it's going to be a very big challenge for me to do this today and try and keep the colors on their separate sides. I'm also excited because I'm using all one brand today. I'm using all Lunar ties. You guys know I love Lunar ties. I have a coupon code with them. I'll leave a link to their website and my coupon code in the description down below in case you want to check out any of their hair dye. For my red shade, I'm using Blood Moon. For my dark orange, I'm using Siam Orange. For the medium orange, I'm using Solar Flare. For yellow orange, I am using Fire Opal. And for yellow, I'm using Citrine Yellow. I want to open these up and show you what they look like because they just make my mouth water. Here's the yellow shade. Here's the Fire Opal, which is like a yellowy orange. Here's the Solar Flare, and this is like a very bright pumpkin orange shade. This is Siam Orange, and it's more of a reddish orange tone. And then Blood Moon is a very deep, pretty red shade. I'm gonna focus mostly on using Blood Moon as a shadow root, and I'm not sure how much Siam Orange I'm gonna use because it does have more of that reddish tone to it, and I really want this to be like neon vibrant shades. So I think for the most part I'm going to use a lot of the Blood Moon at my roots, and then I'll use these three colors to blend everything out. This is Solar Flare, Fire Opal, and Citrine Yellow. The Siam Orange is just a very dark shade and I want it to be more neon and I want the oranges to pop a little bit more. So that's why I'm going to focus on these three colors. So I'm just going to section my hair right down the middle, and like I said, I'm going to apply conditioner onto this side to create a barrier in case any of the red gets over here. That conditioner will be there so it doesn't stain my hair. I know I need a very thick conditioner because if I use something thin and runny, the red is still going to transfer. So I have this Kiss Argan and Macadamia deep conditioning mask. So I'm just going to open this, dip a brush in here, and apply this directly on my hair. It's super thick. I use this like every day in the shower. It's very thick and pasty, so it's going to create a really nice barrier. So let me section off my hair and apply the conditioner, and we'll be back to do this fire ombre side. It's going to be so good. I cannot wait. I'm back. I've gotten the conditioner applied very well on this side. I saturated it like crazy to try and prevent the red from bleeding on it. So now what we're going to do is start applying the vivid color on this side. Ooh, I'm really nervous. I'm scared I'm gonna mess this up. I'm gonna take some foils and just pin them along my hairline just as like an added precaution in case any of this hair touches over here. We'll have the foil there and we'll have the conditioner so that way it doesn't bleed. And then to hold this in place, I have these little clips that I like to use when I do rainbow hair. So I'm just gonna slide this in here. And as you guys can see, I put this mirror behind me because it's very important to see the back of your head when you're doing split dye. I've got a towel in my lap to wipe my hands on. Okay, so I want to do the red at my roots. If I start right here at my roots and flip it over, I'm going to be flipping it over that way. So I think maybe I should start at the bottom in the back. Oh God, I don't know. I also have to have my ring light turned off. And I'm gonna have to have one of my box lights moved away. So this is the lighting we're gonna be working with because if I keep those lights on, it creates a really big glare in my mirror behind me and I'm not able to see what I'm doing. I think we can start this process. You guys, I'm so scared. I don't think I've ever been this scared for a hair color. I think I'm just gonna start by applying it at my hairline back here. Definitely already glad that I put this foil down. We're making some progress here. Now, I don't want the red to go down very far. I just want it to be like, a couple inches of a shadow root. And I think I'm going to work in vertical sections. Not only do I have to make sure I don't get this on any of the other blonde pieces, but I have to make sure that I don't get any of like the red on my ends. This is like the most important thing when you're dyeing your hair at home, making sure you have all the angles down so you can see what you're doing really well. There have been times where I've tried to dye my hair and I haven't been able to see the back of my head very well, and it makes everything so much worse and so much harder to do. So if you just take the extra time to get your mirrors aligned so that way the front mirror can see the back mirror, and turn off the lights so you can really see what you're doing, it really, really helps when you're applying the color. Once I get the red on, I feel like the process will become a little bit smoother and a little bit easier to do. I see people all the time try and do red and blonde hair, and it'll look good for like the first wash, but after that, all the colors like bleed, and all of the blonde pieces then turn pink. That's just what happens when you have red and blonde hair. Like eventually it's gonna bleed. Now that we are towards this front area, I'm gonna just keep taking vertical sections. I find that when you're doing split dye, it makes it easier if you just keep working in sections like this versus sections like this, because then you're gonna have to worry about flipping this hair over the top and it bleeding on everything. So when I do split dye, I try to keep working in the vertical sections. I'm stressed. I don't know if you guys can tell. When I stop talking and start concentrating, it means I'm really focused and I'm really trying not to mess stuff up here. This red I'm using has kind of an orangish undertone to it, so I thought it would like complement the look pretty well. Ombres are very, very easy to do with Lunar Tides because the texture of their hair dye is a little bit thinner, so it makes it easier to blend the colors together and to saturate the hair. Like saturating the hair with Lunar Tides, so easy to do. Now I am taking bigger sections than I would normally prefer to take, but because like I said, Lunar Tides, the texture is a little bit thinner, I'm not as worried about making sure everything's saturated because it does it for me. I don't really have to work color in. Yay, we're getting to the front area where I can see what I'm doing. So far, this is a great success and I am very proud of myself. I can't believe I haven't gotten any red on my blonde ends. Okay, this is going so well. I'm really excited now. It's going so much better than I thought, which is awesome. It took me like over a week to decide what color I wanted to do on this side. And the reason I decided on this combo was one, because I've been obsessed with like fire hair lately, and I've been obsessed with like orange, yellow, red, just like the color melts. Those colors just blend so good together. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to do it. But also I never do red in my hair. I never do red. And so I was like, you know what? Let's do some red up in this beach. Also, this is not permanent. This is a temporary decision. It's not a commitment. I'm not planning on keeping this. I just wanted to dye it a fun color before I do something else to it. So that's why I decided to do this. I know that this would not last. Like the first time I tried washing my hair, it would be a complete mess. And this side of my hair would be all pink and orange, and it wouldn't last very well. Wow, you guys, I did that. I am like just so shocked with myself that I was able to accomplish that right now. Just feathering the root color down a little bit more. Now we get to just repeat the same steps, but we're moving on to the orange and the yellow colors. So I'm going to apply all the rest of the colors at the same time. So I'm going to go through now and take a section, apply orange, and then blend it into the yellow. The next section, orange, yellow. I'm not going to go through and apply the orange all over and then go back through and apply the yellow. From this point on, I think it's easier if you just do all the colors at once. Here's the orange color. Can we do this? I don't know. I think maybe I should apply the yellow first. That's another thing when you're doing fire ombres or ombres at all, where the lighter color's on the end. It's so difficult to get the yellow color or the brighter color on your ends to show up because you're putting a darker color on the mid shaft and like blending everything together. It's really, really easy to accidentally overpower that end color Ooh, this is gonna look so cool. I just looked at the towel in my lap and it has like all these different colors on it. Now I'm going to dip into the Fire Opal, which is that like yellowy orange shade. Kind of just blend these colors together. And now I'm gonna go into the yellow for the very tips. Okay, now I'm just going to use my fingers to blend all of this together. This is so much harder than I thought. I was feeling confident with the red and then this happened and now I'm like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. You know what? It's gonna look fine. It's gonna look great. I'm just hoping it's not gonna look like ketchup and mustard, to be honest with you. I really don't want ketchup and mustard hair. All right, let's do this. Going in with the orange. I can start to see things a little bit better too. Okay, this piece looks fantastic. This piece, 10 out of 10. Love it. Killed it. Oh, there's a big spot under here I missed. Oops. I think I'm just gonna mush it in with the other pieces. Just kind of hope it turns out okay. I am actually dipping into a little bit of the CM orange, which is that darker reddy orange, just to feather out this red line right here and kind of feather it into the brighter orange shades. It's actually not taking as much work, and the further I move towards the front of my head, the more hair I have. It's just really short under here, so it was kind of impossible for me to try and use 5 different colors, but as I get to the front of my head, it's becoming a little bit easier. I do have a little bit of leftover pink on my ends, so it's gonna show up a little bit orange anyway back here. This section looks pretty cool too. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Ooh, this is going a lot quicker than I thought too. You can see I'm just using a wide tooth comb to kind of feather out the rooted red color. Going in with CM orange, feathering that out. The bright orange. I want to make sure I get enough orange in here because, again, we want fire. We don't want Mickey D's now. We don't want no McDanks. Ooh, this section looks so good. I'm not gonna lie to you now. I'm getting excited. This section looks so fire. Wow, look at this. Come on now. Hey. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm really doing this. I am really pulling this off now. That was a big section, so I kind of gotta make sure and work the color through there. My eyes are like starting to go cross-eyed a little bit from staring. Also, as I'm doing this, if I see any spots where the red needs touched up, I'll just go back in with that red color. Ooh, the bright orange. Bring it in, baby. Bring in that bright orange. We love it. Trying to feather all of these colors together and on the back side too. When we blend these together, put this on the ends. This is gonna be so hard to rinse. I do not recommend trying this at home. This is a lot of work and dedication. It's difficult. I don't want to try and make it look easy because it's definitely not easy. Okay, so now I'm just smoothing everything together, making sure I got everything saturated really well. Okay, I think I'm about done with this back mirror. I think I'm done with it. Okay, let me get the lighting back up. Let me move this mirror out of the way. We only have this little section in the front. I've been watching these like scammer phone calls where like they scam the scammer. And it's very interesting. Bright orange. Yeah! I'm getting excited now, even though I shouldn't be, because I still gotta rinse this bitch. And that's not easy. Nice and clean, nice and easy. Look how beautiful this is. Okay, now we're going in with the straight yellow. Look at that! I feel like when you take vertical sections when you're doing an ombre, it also makes things a little bit more blended. Because if you're applying the ombre this way, it's going to be more blended. If you apply the ombre this way, you might have more harsh lines. So if you struggle with ombre color, you might try taking vertical sections so that way it's not as choppy and things are a little bit more smooth. God, this is so exciting. I've wanted these colors in my hair for a long time. This orange is like one of my favorite colors by Lunar Tides. I didn't think I'd be able to do all 5 colors on every strand, but it's working out very well. Because Lunar Tides is a little bit thinner, it's way easier to saturate, and also it spreads a lot farther, so you're not using as much color. Using your hand as like a painting board really helps saturate too. I just caught a brush in between my thighs. Thick thighs saves dyes. The ingenuity. I wish I could have shown you that. It was like this, and I caught it in between my thighs. Oh my god, look how beautiful. Oh my god, this looks so cool. I just saw it on the monitor, and I'm 10 times cooler than I was 30 minutes ago. I'm glad I decided to use that darker orange to kind of blend these colors out. 2 more colors to apply to this piece and we're done. I'm gonna let this process 20 to 30 minutes, rinse it using cold water, and I'm gonna tilt my head to the side, rinse this side really, really well, and then I'll go ahead and rinse out the conditioner on this side. It's gonna be a challenge. Hopefully it looks as good when I come back, so wish me luck. Okay, I'm back. It worked so well. I was really careful when rinsing, and you can see literally nothing bled onto the blonde part, like anywhere. This is just leftover pink, but this is like a nice icy blonde, and this turned out so good. I cannot believe that I did not get any of this on this side. Like, how in the hell did I do that? I don't know, but I did the damn thing, and it turned out so good. It's so cute, and it's literally just like fire and ice, and I really like it. Like I said, I won't be keeping it. I just did this temporarily, but I really liked the way it looked, and it was so much fun to do. A little stressful, but overall, it was a good time. I will turn around and show you what the back looks like. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun doing this with you. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much. And until next time, guys, stay weird. Goodbye.